Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Buddy, a true nerd, and welcome back to Fallout 3. Oh, it's good to be back. You know, it's sort of weird because Fallout 3 holds a really special place in my heart, and yet it's actually been on the channel less than any of the other main modern Fallout games, which is just... it's just not right. So, I've decided, as the video essays are taking a little bit longer than I thought they would, because as it turns out, every single one of them is about like 2 or 3 times longer than I originally planned for them to be, which I really should have expected. We're going to have ourselves a little Fallout 3 series, looking at a bit of DLC, because Fallout 3 has some spectacular DLC. And one of my favourite bits is Point Lookout. There's lots of really damn good stuff here. We'll get into that as we reach it. And as we're visiting anyway, we may as well do a level 1 naked run, which, just in case you're new to the channel, basically means jumping in at level 1 with no stuff whatsoever, because DLC in Fallout's broadly divided into 2 categories. There's DLC like Operation Anchorage or the Pit, where the entire point is you don't take anything with you. So, as you can't take anything in, the tools you'll need to succeed will be provided to you somewhere in the DLC. But there are other DLC packs where you are allowed to bring a bit of stuff with you. Like, for example, Honest Heart, you're allowed to bring a certain weight of stuff, so you can bring some of your favourite toys in. And then there are the DLC packs that say, you know what? Bring whatever you want, I flipping dare you. Like Lonesome Road, and indeed, like Point Lookout. Which means the difficulty of the DLC is balanced, assuming you're bringing in your favourite powerful guns. I won't be doing that, so, this is gonna be tricky. Anyway, let's dive in because bloody hell, it's good to be back in Fallout 3. And I know what you're thinking. John, you can't actually do a level 1 naked run in Fallout 3 because you pick up enough experience in the vault to get you up to level 2 guaranteed. Well, don't you worry, I've got a plan for that, but first, we need to set up a character.
Let's see, are you a boy or a girl?
And indeed, as Liam Neeson just implied, that's a very good question. We're going to be wanting a girl, for the simple reason that in Point Lookout, some of the most dangerous foes we'll be taking on are the swamp folk, who are universally male. Fun fact though, there is some indication in the game's code that there were originally going to be female swamp folk, but they never made it into the end game. Therefore, you want to be playing as a girl, because the Black Widow perk will give you a bit of bonus damage versus all male characters. The rest, however, is much easier to do as you're leaving the vault, so you can just, make some little changes in order to get things exactly right here, because I'm going for a very special build, so I need to just double check my maths here. You see, in a game where there's no strength requirement for guns, perception has no effect on VATs, and in Point Lookout, there's basically nothing in the way of speech checks to be done. This is the perfect build. However, I need to make some ever so slight tweaks just to make sure my derived skills are a little bit more appropriate for the environment I'm going into. Here we go, I'm willing to make a couple of compromises on agility. Luck needs to be 10, we'll get to why in a second. Intelligence, obviously 10. Very, very important indeed, because intelligence feeds into skill points, and intelligence was really bloody generous in Fallout 3. With intelligence of 10, you get yourself 20 skill points a level. Hugely, hugely important for when you're a very, very low level character. Endurance I'll keep at 6, Perception elevate to 4, and that's for one very specific reason. The tank skills I want here are going to be Small Guns, Repair, and Lockpick. Get Lockpick up to 30, because it's physically impossible to get a skill to 50 at level 1. With the exception of Medicine, but that's only because the Medicine bobblehead is located within Vault 101. So instead, Lockpick needs to be 30, so that as soon as I hit level 2, that will reach 50, which is very, very important indeed. And as we step out into the stunningly beautiful opening of Fallout 3, obviously, the game's now going to toss 200 XP at me, which is guaranteed to be enough to knock me up into level 2. But don't worry, we have a way of sorting that out. So I'm just going to dump literally everything into Barter, the most useless skill of all. We'll take Black Widow, whatever. Don't worry, I'm going to sort that out. Next up, we need to make our way down to Point Lookout. And the easiest way to do that, as of course you set off on a boat, is simply find your way in the river and swim. Okay, here we go, we have made it to the boat, but we now need to do a couple of things to get ourselves ready for a level 1 naked run. Step 1, the level 1. We need to get rid of all of that pesky XP we picked up from the vault. And for that, I'm going to be needing some console commands. So what those do is, the top one, I'm setting my barter to 0. That doesn't mean barter literally 0, that just means I have added no barter onto whatever the basic barter is that's derived from my charisma. The next is a remove perk that will get rid of Black Widow. The third resets my level back to level 1, and specifically right at the beginning of level 1. So, if I've got all of that right, I should basically have a perfectly fresh, pure, untainted character going into the DLC. And you can see there, I am now level 1, my XP has literally been reset down to 0, so I need another 200 XP before I hit level 2. If we go over to skills, barter is back down to 9, not 0, because 9 is the basic of charisma of 1, and perks, Black Widow has gone missing, though I may well choose to retake that one when I do hit level 2. So there we are, level 1 taken care of. And as for the naked bit of the run, that bit's actually surprisingly easy because Point Lookout is actually unique out of all Fallout DLC. It's the only campaign you have to literally buy your way into. You have to buy an overpriced ticket from Tobar to actually travel there. And it's a one-way ticket. If you want to leave the DLC again, you have to buy it again, which is, I'd say, a lovely introduction to everything feeling a little bit skeezy, a bit wrong. Like Tobar shouldn't really be trusted, because that just doesn't feel right, to be honest. But yeah, conveniently, all the stuff I've grabbed from the vault should be just enough to cover the entrance fee if I just sell him all of the vault armor, all of the vault helmets, all of the junk from the vault. Although on the way, this woman's gonna jump at me and demand I find her daughter, diddly diddly dee. Oh yeah, easily, the medicine alone basically covers the fee. So, I am now completely flipping naked. And as a result of that, I've got, yeah, nothing in my inventory. Apart from the bobblehead, you can't get rid of that, you can't drop it, you can't do anything with that. That's just stuck in your inventory. Everything else, completely flipping gone. And everything I didn't need for the ticket has been tossed in the sea. So, I am now completely out of everything. When I buy a ticket, I will have no money either. Completely 100% naked. Before we set off though, Tobar's got something very interesting to say now that we live in the exciting future sexy space year of 2019.
You should have seen her back in her heyday. Why, we traveled up and down the coast from the Commonwealth to the Broken Banks.
So yes indeed, another mention of the Commonwealth long before Fallout 4 came out. As for Broken Banks though, nobody really knows what that is. He's literally the only guy that ever mentions it. So if there's ever any intention for Bethesda to go there in the future, or maybe there was an intention once upon a time that could be DLC for Fallout 4, it never went anywhere. There we go, one riverboat ticket, meaning this is now a one-way trip. I physically can't get home, even if I wanted to. Also, one of the really fun points about Tobar, if you don't know what goes on in this DLC, just keep in mind, there's a bone saw, some forceps, and some tweezers. Now, that's not that unusual. Plenty of NPCs that function as shops do have some random items, and bone saws, forceps, and tweezers are not that unusual. But just remember he's got those, because yeah, if you know how this DLC goes, you know actually, that's a really fun, subtle way of indicating some stuff that's going to be happening in the future. Anyway, with no caps to my name, I am now truly naked and truly level 1. Nothing in my inventory, no experience points to my name. Let's flip and go. Point Lookout. You gotta love its atmosphere. You just arrive, and there's a mysterious figure just, you know, shambling across the landscape. This is also the DLC that basically said, hey, do you think there might be a slight excess of green and grey in the colour scheme used in the base game? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is the DLC where there's literally nothing but green and grey. And there we go, 10 XP for discovering the boat. That's a really good kickoff right there. We desperately need about 200 XP just to actually get me up to level 2. But before we go rushing off into town, we need to speak to Tobar again, because he's got something very useful if you dig through his dialogue.
If you need supplies, head to the shop over at the end of these docks. Convenient? And I get caps for referring you. If you need a place to stay, there's an old motel further into town. The beds there are still pretty soft, even if it's because they're full of lice. And if you're looking for some hunting, there's a fella named Plick who runs a club out in the northeast. Strictly for high rollers, though.
So there we go. We got ourselves a bunch of map markers there, useful for just getting us kicked off. But, yeah, this DLC is very, very interesting indeed for doing a level 1 run, because it's really damn difficult to pick up XP. So, for example, that hunting club you just mentioned, you can't actually do that mission, even though it's not that difficult, unless you've got 1,000 caps to hand over. It's really expensive. I've got no caps whatsoever. And that's true across the whole area, because this area is actually pretty darn small. Just to zoom out here, you can see, yeah, the map is not huge, given the town in front of me is not insignificant in terms of the size of the entire map, and you can see there, it's not actually that big a structure at all. Though, the map is actually kind of cheating a bit. There's a bunch of stuff that actually happens just outside the map that you can get to. So, the map isn't actually a perfect square at all. There's sticky outy bits you can access if you know about them. And there we go. Couple of little bits and pieces. Yeah, the problem is, there's no easy quest to get some XP to level up with. Because that house, the first main quest that the game wants me to go to straight away, you do not want to go there first. Especially when you're level 1 and naked. Terrible idea. You will be torn the flip apart. We need to level up and get some equipment before we go there. But as I say, there's no easy quests to actually get any XP from, because in general, Fallout 3 was fairly ungenerous when it came to its XP. Then again, we did just get another 10 for discovering some landmarks. So we do have some landmarks we can pick up, which is not so bad. Possibly, sightseeing will not do me any harm whatsoever. And for the time being, yeah, we need to get ourselves set up, because right now, I literally have my fists, and my unarmed skill is not good. I mean, admittedly, it's not terrible. Could be a lot worse, but we need some guns. Ideally, free guns. So, swing by the shop over here, which is already on our map, but obviously, we've got no money to buy with, diddly-diddly-dee. We don't want to be robbing her. There's not that many shops. I can't really do with making much in the way of enemies. But there are some advantages, however, which is this whole little town complex I'm in right now, you're pretty much safe inside it. So, I can scavenge to my heart's content. And a nice little area back here to be aware of. Here we go. One dead smuggler. Presumably some idiot who tried to take on whatever her name is over there. Is it Panada? Something like Panada. Or possibly she actually kicked him out of his patch. It's kind of unclear. But in any case, he's dead. So his stuff is very much up for grabs. So we got ourselves a grenade, spike knuckles, leather armor. Bear in mind, in Fallout 3, yeah, armor doesn't really, mean that much, to be honest. And, here we go. Mines. I will take 6 frag mines very, very happily indeed. In fact, those are going to be very important down the line. First aid box, average locked. Now, this is why I wanted to get my lockpick up to 30, and thus 50, as soon as we hit level 2. There are a lot of average locks in this DLC for some reason, and that means lockpicking is going to be a really damn good source of XP as soon as I can actually get enough XP to unlock lockpicking. So, bit of catch-22 going on here. And by the way, there's a bit of red. Is that the dogs by the hotel? These dogs are weird. Sometimes they're hostile, sometimes they're not. And I'm not sure what they're actually supposed to be. But yeah, it looks like they're hostile on this occasion. Okay. I don't have a gun yet. I've got spiked knuckles. Not spectacular. Obviously, by the way, I am actually playing on very hard difficulty. Okay, before we make our way over there, I'm going to be needing an actual gun. So I'm going to swing round in this direction. Avoid the dogs now. There's more animals. Okay, you know how I just said, oh yeah, you're safe inside this town area? You're safe from the really dangerous stuff. You're not safe from, like, you know, dogs. They still want to flip and murder ya. That vicious dog has already been attacked by something else. So, you just want to come over here, my good friend. I'm not sure what attacked you, but something did. Fortunately, I can just VAT you to death right now. No problem whatsoever. This is Fallout 3. So, VAT's defense is generous. I'm so naked right now. And anytime you're ready, naked apart from some... Where on earth are you going? I don't know, but you're dead now. There we go. Good. So that's going to be a little bit of XP. Bit of meat. I can sell that for some money. Right, sneak around here. Recruitment station. Couple of rad roaches in here, but nothing I can't handle with spiked knuckles. We've just got to work our way up in the world a bit here. And yes, I can't one-shot a flipping... Oh, I did one-shot a rad roach. I stamped on it with a bare foot. You know what? That's ballsy. Well done me. That's tough. Oh, that's 1 XP. Okay, so... Not getting a huge amount of XP here. Good. Good. But the reason we want to come here is a double-barreled shotgun. So, this thing's actually pretty darn good. And a mini nuke as well. That's away anything. Average locked. Open. Yeah, even more in the way of average locked. So, we're going to be wanting that as soon as possible. Scavenge everything. Okay, got myself some stuff here. That's a hat. So that's +1 perception right there. And actually, that was, hang on, workman's coveralls. Not good in terms of damage resistance, but why haven't I put the leather armor on? John, you're fighting wild creatures. Put on the leather armor. But yeah, repair +10. That's going to be useful down the line. Remember that's there. Pop the hat on too. That gives me +1 perception. In fact, actually, thinking about it, I should have really been banking on that because... yeah, I could have actually taken 1 less point in perception, 1 more point in endurance, which would have been a good thing to do. Oh, good, and I forgot there were shotgun shells right by the actual shotgun. So now I've actually got myself a gun. It's in very poor condition, which is unfortunate, but it'll do. It's hugely wasteful in ammo, this thing, because if I fire it, it'll empty both barrels simultaneously, needs to be reloaded immediately. But the reload animation, screw it, I'll just show this off now. The reload animation is very fast. There we go. So, be careful with this thing. Condition goes down fast. Ammo goes down fast. But it's very effective at taking out enemies with 0 armor. And guess who's got 0 armor in this DLC? Why, it's literally everybody. This thing's pretty darn good. Right, keep the shotgun out for now. But keep in mind, aha, bloatfly. Right, so that'll be the fly that was taken on the dog. And also, mole rat, grab the meat there. We can sell that to Panada in a second. Loop round here, because around the outside, there's actually going to be a truck, which I believe is guarded by a handful of mines somewhere. So just be careful of all this. You can actually disarm that, by the way. Oh, uh-oh. No, I can't, but I can make it explode. I stood a bit too close to that one. I swear there's some mines guarding this place. Or did I already make them explode? I might have already made them explode. They might have been caught in the baby carriage explode. Oh, no, they were... I don't know where they were hidden, but they were really well hidden. Where the bloody hell... Ah, I see ya. I see ya. That's actually very smart right there. The thing is, can I actually... Yep, there we go. Got them. 5 XP for actually taking that off. And get that too. There's more up top. Okay, I'll give you. You did a really, really good job hiding those. There's another one right there as well, if I can just get to it. Was that your lot? I can't see anymore. Back off. No, we're good. Okay, now I think this might belong to the dead guy we saw before. Because now we've got ammo, including shotgun shells, 10mm. Make sure you take 10mm, right? That's going to be really important. We've also got ourselves some beer, which I may as well take, because right now I have got some spare carry capacity. Obviously grab all of the stim packs. And yeah, keep on keeping on. I can sell all this stuff in a minute. This is good. And also, yeah, there was a warehouse over here. I can't remember what's in the warehouse. Welcome to challenge runs by John. I sort of plan things, but like not that much, because it takes the fun out of it for me if I plan them too well. Oh, it's just full of bombs, isn't it? Can I actually... Okay, I need 60 explosives to actually take care of that in terms of disarming it. Now, is that going to trigger... Oh, bloody hell. Right, okay. That's triggered. Okay, so back off over here. Though, you know, Bethesda physics means potentially I could just get hit by a bit of shrapnel and be annihilated. You never know. You never flippin' know. Take that, take that. Ignore the bottles. 1-to-1 ratio's not great. I'm just going to be quiet for a second. Just in case I hear a baby start to squeal. Because if I hear a baby, then that means I'm about to, you know, trigger something. I hear ya. Right, I'm just going to hide behind... No, I'm not. I'm just going to get pelted by dolls. How about around here? Yep, that's another one, that's another one, that's another one. Hide over here. And I think we've got them all now. I'm not hearing any babies. Nope, we're good. Right, mini nukes. Together with 308, Abraxo, camera, drinking glass, and missiles. Well, I won't be using that. So that is actually really, really good stuff. This is money. And I need money. I need a lot of money. So, yeah, take 1 to glue, which feels appropriate. You know, you take that in Fallout 4, you take it here as well. Grab ammo box, grab that business. That was what I already did. Okay, that'll do. Already got 2 mini nukes. Feels very early to have 2 mini nukes. I'm not sure I'm actually going to have a fat man at any point, and if I do, whether I actually use it. But, you know, it's nice to have as an option. Alright, loop around the outside here. There shouldn't be anything too dangerous going on in this part of the world. Right, I'm going to nip back round to the shop and see what she's got in her inventory that I might be able to trade for off all of this stuff I've just looted. Ooh, and on the way past, got a very easy locker. Oh, don't have lockpicks. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, I'm going to need a bobby pin from somewhere, because obviously I got rid of all of them too. So right now, I can't do any lockpicking. That's awkward. Okay, there's a bunch of medical kits in the actual motel, so I might be able to use them. That's a good source for bobby pins. If you've got any to sell, though, that'd be brilliant. I would totally pay good money for bobby pins. Oh dear, no bobby pins whatsoever. 2 damaged garden gnomes, the most important thing of all, but yeah, nothing else. Right, I can sell her a bunch of random junk for 82 caps. Question is, what am I actually getting out of that? I've already got leather armor and Confederate hats. Motorcycle helmet's actually really good in terms of damage resistance. Doesn't give me bonus to perception, so I'll keep the hat, but I will take one of those. Rad suit, I don't really need that much, to be honest. Any of this in terms of, yeah, benefits. Agility +1, endurance +1. Fine if unspectacular. In terms of aid, wouldn't mind just taking a couple of stim packs, to be honest. I'm going to be needing them sooner or later, so that's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, she's not selling anything great. And bear in mind, in ammo, I haven't actually sold her the mini nukes yet. So if I wanted to trade, yeah, I'm going to trade a mini nuke just for a handful of stim packs. Just for safety. I'm just going to take 3. I'll still take a handful of money, but yeah, the thing is, money is not in great supply here, if only because, yeah, there's actually not that many caps floating around in shops. We'll leave that be for the time being. This is the only gun I've got for now. So let's go and actually take the hotel. Need to go and get that, so I've got a little base of operations. Now, something's detected me. Ah, you! Hello over there. So, you just get right up to my face, please. Now, there is a problem. In Fallout 3, shotguns and VATs sometimes don't mix. So, we'll see if this works. And that seems to have worked. That seems to have worked too. Okay, who wants to go next? Because, yeah, there was something weird about the way damage was calculated with shotguns. So, excuse me, just wait one. Oh, it's struggling a bit. Yeah, very high difficulty. Okay, go for that. And down you go. Okay, good. Good. Bear in mind, bonus damage, bonus critical strike chance in VATs. VATs, very powerful in Fallout 3. This was back in the days of 90% VATs defense and all of that nonsense. Hello. I see you over there. And, oh. Is that just you? Yeah, I think that's just you. Should have just enough action points for a double shot. And that's a huge amount of damage. You can see there it's 2 shots per shot, and the dog is just bugging into me. And now it doesn't have a head anymore. Good. The condition is just going down so damn fast. Okay, the motel. The motel. This place has got 3 rooms you can access together with the front desk. So some of these are locked, and I could actually, you know, go and get the key from the front desk. I'd rather not if I can avoid it, because I'd rather wait until I've got a bobby pin, and then wait until I get to level 2, and then open them for further XP, because yeah, the actual keys are located in there. I'm gonna see, and also keep an eye out for other wildlife. Nothing yet. I'm gonna see what the actual lock is around the back to room, I think it's 1K, because I can't remember. That's not an enemy, that's just a bubble coming out of the swamp, that's fine. Yeah, that's average as well. So, if I can just get a bobby pin, and then get up to level 2, I'll actually be good to open up a giant pile of containers, which I would really, really like to do. Okay, start with room 1D, because that's the room that's already open. And also, conveniently, it's the room that a Chinese spy was staying in. And he kept his computer in, completely unlocked, with messages about how he was a spy. This guy was a very bad spy. Fortunately, he also decided to keep a stealth boy right here, which is very, very useful indeed. Very useful, in fact. So, yes, you, my good man, you're a bit on the dead side. We've also got ourselves a locker key. We'll be taking that. Speech +5. We don't need that in the slightest, but just in case. And I won't say no to a gun. In fact, the Chinese pistol is so terrible. I can't even remember what type of ammo it takes. Oh no, 10mm. Never use that. Save the 10mm, because there's a much better type of gun in this DLC that uses 10mm. Also, well, you're not actually told about it yet. You can get the special spectacles that you're going to be needing during this particular little quest involving the Chinese spy. May as well put them on, because, you know, they're fancy. Welcome to the USA, Dr. Zhang, presumably the guy right there on the bed. Apologise I can't receive you in person, Agent Zhang. Our Norfolk contact confirms your arrival. How eager the Americans are to believe that a great mind of our people would defect. Our countrymen will herald you as a hero when your work is done. To that end, let us turn to the details of your mission. This room will be your safe house and Point Lookout. Focus initially on playing the American lapdog. Do not arouse suspicion. When it's safe, use the key you were given in Norfolk to open one of the public rental lockers on the boardwalk near the motel. You'll be provided with the password you'll need to access your mission dossier. So we just need to head back down to the seafront with the key we've already got. No problem whatsoever. The Velvet Curtain begins. Now, this is the mission we want to do first, because there are ways and means to do this at like level 1 and 2, even inside the Nightmare Swamp we're going to need to go into. And if we can, we get ourselves one of the best guns in the game. So, yeah, we're going to be wanting to do that if we can find a way to make it work. But no bobby pins in the bathroom. Let's just very quickly check the motel office here. But all I need is a bobby pin. Obviously, it's a problem if I don't have a bobby pin. That's a real problem, in fact. They can be inside first aid kits, but more importantly, yeah, there's a key here for 1K, there's a key here for 1G, but I'd rather not actually use them, and there's another safe there, also locked average. Yeah, there's so many average locks, it's downright weird, actually, and nothing I can use for any of the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to leave those be. I'll take the jet, by the way. Well, there's another shotgun, which is not bad. Ammo, obviously, for the shotgun. Even more ammo. And some money. Not bad. And yeah, these two guns are about the same. But this is why I wanted the repair skill. Keep this gun going up in the world. I've got plenty of ammo for it for now. This is my lifeline for the minute. First aid kits are a good source of bobby pins. And there's a very good source of first aid kits just around the corner that's also pretty safe. Step 1, back down to the waterfront, and yeah, go over to that lovely locker, crack that open with my key, grab myself the mission dossier. Here we go, passed this before, and use key, spies, audio, password. Beautiful.
Go to the bank and use the password Xin Chan Wen. The software is configured to recognize only our voices.
This is a really fun little, well, I wouldn't call it a puzzle, but it's still a fun idea, which is, obviously, you don't have the voice of the spy or the handler, but if you just play the tape in front of the right box, as a result of that, the box will open up, which I think is really cool. That's a fun little spy-type thing. Also, go over to Spiked Knuckles because, yeah, we got ourselves a handful of rad roaches in here that need to be taken out, and I definitely don't want to be wasting the condition of my shotgun to do it, when a simple stamp should actually finish you off nice and easy. Also, who would have thought it? More average lock containers. Yeah, this is why we need to be level 2 with a bobby pin. Together with just a handful of bottle caps. Not bad at all. That's nothing. Obviously just fire hose. Crack open this. And voice-activated security system. Absolutely lovely. Grab some of this, by the way, because shotgun shells hidden behind. And this safety deposit box. Can't be opened normally, but if we just play the tape.
Go to the bank and use the password Xin Chan Weng.
It does actually admittedly open slightly before she says it, but whatever. We have now got ourselves the next bit of the tape.
Agent Zhang, as you know, an important Chinese surveillance vessel was lost in American waters. Your mission is to destroy derelict submarine SSN-37-1A before the Americans can recover and analyze it. The recovery location is included in this dossier, and your cover ensures that the Americans will allow you access to their recovery operation. However, you will need an authorization code to trigger the self-destruct sequence. One of our field operatives in your area, Agent Yang, has these codes hidden in a dental capsule, but her current whereabouts are unknown. Locate and rendezvous with Agent Yang, then destroy the submarine. Report to your safe house for extraction information when the mission is complete. The will of the people protect you, Agent Yang.
Alright, well, the naval office we got our shotguns. A good place to start looking for that. And grab a teddy bear on the way past too. And on the tunnel in the room we already looted, there we go. Turtle Dove Detention Camp, which is unfortunate. This is the most difficult bit of the quest right here. Getting to the person who's got the self-destruct codes hidden inside a molar, which is naturally located inside their skull. Because while so far we've just been playing around this lovely safe area here, yeah, the detention camp is right at the north, and this area here, this is basically solid land. The moment you cross the river, you're into either swamp or hill. So this is very much deep inside swamp territory. Naturally, that's where the swamp folk live. So let's talk about the swamp folk, because they're a nightmare. So the swamp folk have got a rather unique characteristic, which is the game basically gives them bonus damage to you. Any weapon they're holding just does straight up bonus damage, and it does it per shot. And some of them are holding shotguns, meaning they get bonus damage per pellet. If every pellet hits, you basically flipping die. These guys are ludicrous. Also, they are extremely fast, even if you cripple their legs. So they're arguably more dangerous than Deathclaws are, because Deathclaws, once you've crippled their legs, are no trouble whatsoever. These guys, they very much keep being trouble on an ongoing basis. So, yeah, you don't want to mess with them. Only advantage is no armor whatsoever, and at my level, not that much health either, because enemies are tied to your level, so the toughest ones physically cannot spawn, because I'm not tough enough to justify. Any chance we've got ourselves a medkit in there, by the way? No, we do have floor safe easy. Remember that's there, that might be of use, but what I want to do instead is just skirt in this direction. No sign of mole rats. There can be mole rats in this part of the world. Not today, though. And look for a camp. This here is a disaster relief camp set up pre-war, but it's still here. And not entirely abandoned. Someone else has moved in. But as it's not their stuff, they don't really mind you helping yourself. So I'm hoping for a bobby pin. I mean, at the bare minimum, we do have some ammo boxes. More shotgun shells. That one's hard locked. Come on. Bobby pin times 3. Yes. 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 And yes. You may also notice, by the way, there's a weirdly large number of fission batteries. That's because one quest actually calls for them. But we won't be doing that because it doesn't really give you any XP. This is Spoonful of Whiskey. All it does is give you money. But you can make, like, more money selling the batteries. Then again, I did just say the shops don't actually have, you know, enough money to justify that. Okay, it's a difficult quest. We might not be doing that one. leave that, and I don't think there's anything interesting going on the terminal. I think this is just saying, yeah, there's actually a new plague. Something that isn't really mentioned elsewhere in Fallout, but yeah, some form of disease pre-war. Probably created by an American company testing its bioweapon on American people, because they did that a lot. The rather hilariously, I do like this by the way, it's very, very cute indeed. The publicly stated symptoms of the new plague were sweating, unexplained swelling, massive internal hemorrhaging, and new ideals such as socialism. So they used the plague as a way of trying to get people who had socialist leanings to put themselves forward. So yeah, that's kind of cute if horrifying. Together with encouraging people to go and get registered with local federal officers, which unfortunately not only keeps medical professionals up to date on your medical history and status, but also contributes to valuable research programs and makes you eligible for special prizes. So, yeah, they also figured out this plague was a good excuse to try and get people to come forward for medical experimentation. And as it was a contagious disease, they also labelled it as a social disease and thus tried to make people not do things that they didn't really want them doing. Like, you know, going down Main Street, attending ice cream socials, attending fairs or festivals, engaging in promiscuous activity. So basically, the plague was a good excuse to wage war on teenagers. Basically, I'm starting to wonder whether there even was a plague at all. There might well have been, but I feel like they saw it as a really good opportunity. Like, a really good opportunity to do all sorts of horrific stuff. The other tent yielded much the same thing, few more stim packs, few more bobby pins. The final one at the front here, Marcela's tent, which we know is Marcela's tent before we actually meet Marcela. As you may have guessed from the fact she just said, "Go with Godchild," she's a travelling missionary. She doesn't have much to say yet, but if we do on the other missions in this area, she'll get a bit more talkative. Okay, with all of that done, that's pretty much all the free stuff I can loot. But I do have a decent amount of medicine as a result of that. And, more importantly, I've now got myself a handful of bobby pins. So if I can just loop around the outside here, just to save myself some rads. Nip in here, and there we go. Very quickly, hack open the safe. Now we can start opening some safes, get ourselves some, well, nothing of any note, but XP. I'm gaining XP from doing that. We're making our way forward, damn it. Stay out of the sea, by the way. The sea is radioactive. Next up, don't forget there was a locker right here. There we go. Very easy. That's another 20 XP right there. I mean, there's nothing inside it, but screw it. The XP is more valuable than literally anything else. Now, everything else we've seen so far has been average. Okay, I need about 50 more XP from somewhere. Another fun thing about Point Lookout, by the way, there are very few characters here, meaning there are very few skill checks, speech checks, anything that you could use to get some nice, easy XP. I believe the ritual site is... Oh, Yeah, I hear trouble. Maybe I don't hear trouble, maybe I just hear that. Hello, what's that over there, by the way? A scrapper! Okay, so, that there is Baby's first swamp folk. Melee only, by the looks of it, armed with a baseball bat. If he's on his own, I might go and take him down, because he's going to be worth some XP. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm pretty happy with that. In fact, I did say before, you know, these mines were going to be useful. And no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's just put some mines down over here. Let's just put a handful of mines down right next to each other. And now, let's just actually draw some attention to ourselves, please. Hello over there. How would you like to come and visit me? You just come and run in this direction, please. That's right, right in this direction. Mr. Shotgun has got your name on it. And... okay, that's done some good damage to him. And now we just unload twice in his head. And one. And free reload. And free extra reload. And down he goes. Critical strike. Might have got lucky with that there. You see there, those guys are not nothing. He took 3 mines like it was no big deal. They do drop some moonshine, which is valuable. Baseball bat, which is not so good. Is that a creature or is that... I think that's just a bubble. And he gave me, yeah, 37... Oh. Another one. I'm a bit not keen on engaging in... I don't like the fact that the swamps actually do make noises like monsters. That doesn't cheer me up at all. That doesn't put me in a happy place. That's a tracker. They're much tougher. Them, you don't want to go messing with. Okay, this is not what I wanted to see, to be honest. How are we doing in terms of XP, by the way? Just one more would do it. I mean, I need to go this way. This is, you know, where the main quest is. Sooner or later, they go, oh, he's armed with a... Okay, so we don't want to take him on, ever. Because as I say, he does bonus damage to me with every hit. And that shotgun fires what is technically deemed to be 9 different bullets. So, yeah, that guy we most definitely don't want to take on. Like, ever, actually. Right, back into town. I'm cowarding out. Then again, there are some Mirelurks round by the shore. That'd do. That'd flippin' do. Give that guy a flippin' wide berth, though. Okay. You, my good man. That's right. You just come in this direction. Oh, there's 2 of them. That's less good. Right, okay. Back over to the mines, then. Back over to the mines. And oh, are you outside of your roaming range? You outside of your roaming range right now? I think you might be, you know. Right, I'm just going to put a mine down about there. And we'll see if he wants to go any further. There we go. If you just like to cripple your legs, please, that'd be great. Bit further, please. There we go. And doesn't do much, really, does it? I mean, it does something. I mean, his face is crippled. There's another one right there. Okay, I can outrun these guys. Let's just get right up and personal with you. Right in the... Okay. How about we just... Oh, that was a critical. Yeah, these guys aren't messing around, are they? Are you willing to, like... Oh, okay, the other one's naffing off. Good. Good, good, good. Right in the face, please. Oh, this is a lot of ammo and gun condition, actually. Would you... Oh, flip me. Okay, the gun's not working. Okay, that's 15 right there. That's good. When you say danger, not from the Mirelurk, one hopes. Oh, I'm so close to leveling up too, but this is a massive waste of ammo. Okay, I don't know where his friend went, but he seems to have naffed off into the water, which is... No, he hasn't. He most definitely hasn't. Okay, no, he's over there. He's wandering off. Where's the other one? I don't know where he is. I'm just going to basically beeline to the house itself, because what I want is... I'm still in danger. I'm not hearing any other footsteps, so I'm sure I'm fine. I just want to trigger this location. If I trigger this location, I'll be... There we go. That's the 10 XP I need. That should be level 2. I'm still technically in danger. But yeah, once I'm far enough away from an enemy, it'll actually let me, you know, level up and all of that good stuff. I don't see trouble. Caution. Alright, I think we've flipping done it. No sign of the enemies, but I'm not allowed to actually level up yet. Am I far enough away to fast travel straight back to where I want to be? Yes, I am, and that means I actually get to level up immediately. Good! Good, good, good. So, intelligence 10 means lockpick of 50. Excellent. And on top of that, you know, I wouldn't mind Swift Learner. On this occasion, under the current circumstances, Swift Learner, I won't say flippin' no. Okay, now all of a sudden, I've got myself a giant pile of lockpicking to do. Number 1, first aid box belonging to this guy. The dead smuggler, I mean, by the Dodgems. Getting me 7 stim packs, and more importantly, 44 XP a go. Also, completely missed, he's got a lever action rifle. It's in appalling condition, but still, it's here. That's really good. It's like a really damn good gun. Not in this condition, it's not, to be honest. Then again, damage 19 is not nothing. Not nothing at all. Keep it for the moment, but yeah, that's going to be appalling in terms of reloads failing and critical hit rate, because yeah, condition does affect critical hit chance. Number 2, safe in the back of the defense office building. And here's why we wanted to have lockpick of 50. Not just the XP, but we're starting to get into some good stuff here. Take a shovel, just in case you need to go grave robbing. Much better quality, lever action. And 3 pistols. I tell you what, they're useless, but they're worth money. And actually, speaking of money, take the scotch. That's worth money too. Here we go. Those guns, together with a bunch of other stuff, the scotch, etc. That's another 4 stim packs right there, bringing me up to a very healthy 33. All of that from the local area. That's good, because we're going to be needing those sooner rather than later. Okay, straight on to the next, please. Back to the motel. And remember, there was a safe down under here, giving me more ammo, more caps, and another good quality lever action rifle, together with another shovel, if you needed one of them for something. Leave the rest of that, and leave the keys, because this XP is a huge amount. Next up, hack my way into room 1G. And this is a room where, yeah, a couple of bank robbers seemingly turned on each other after a heist. Because there's a suitcase full of money, one person in the bathroom, sawn-off shotgun, one hiding behind the bed, double-barreled shotgun. So yeah, couple of people got a bit greedy, both tried to take the score for themselves. Hockey mask here as well, may as well take one just in case I need to use the spiked knuckles for anything. And don't forget, by the way, back in these days, yeah, pre-war money actually did have value, at least a tiny bit of value. People would pay for it in shops and it didn't weigh anything, so it was always worth grabbing. This is actually a decent number of caps right here. Room 1K, fascinating bonus room here, hidden around the back, so yeah, many people could just walk straight past it. Because this here is the weird cult room. If we just go in here, pint-sized slasher mask. So, whoever this belonged to, and whatever was going on precisely, yeah, there's a big old pile of corpses in here, together with, yeah, some hats, money, coveralls, diddly-diddly-dee. Some unpleasant culty stuff was going on anyway. Pint-sized slasher mask is not actually that good as an item. Damage resistance of 1, perception -1, melee weapons +5. Honestly, would have been nice for it to have something more like melee weapons +20, given it is... Actually, it's not unique. There is a second one. But, yeah, not really that good, to be honest. And with that, we're already most of the way to level 3. Good. Good, good, good. But now it's time for us to make a bit of a move out up towards the Turtle Dove detention camp, which if we zoom in over here, you can actually see now. Zoom in over here, I say. You can actually see it's a camp round here. Big rectangular building. Variety of buildings, defences, walls, guarded by robots. So naturally, I've got an alternative solution to that business, because this is one place you don't want to be trying to storm at level 2. First, we have to get there, though, so, yeah, for the most part, you can just follow the road. The further west you go into the swamp, the more swamp folk you're going to be running into. You kind of want to be avoiding them, so staying on the road means staying to the east. For the most part, that's a good thing. Before you cross the river, though, do not actually ignore this building over here. This is your second main shop, and this shop is very useful indeed, arguably more useful than Panada's. So you most definitely want to nip in over here. This is, what is it, Haley's Hardware? Yes, Haley's Hardware. Fun fact though, if you speak to Haley about how long he's had the store...
Oh, you're thinking, no, it's not a family thing. I took the name of the store when I found this place a couple of years ago. Truth is, I don't even remember much before that. I woke up here with a headache a couple of years ago with the shop already set up. People came in and started trading. I didn't complain. It just became a job.
Another bit of a hint about what's going on in this place, which is nice. There's some elegant storytelling in this DLC. Lots of hints that mean you can piece together something is very much not right before the Brahmin dung does actually hit the fan. Okay, not too much money on him, but I'll gladly sell some of the stuff I'm not really needing for the time being. Definitely don't want to use a sawn-off when I've got a double barrel. Double barrel is definitely better. And if we just wait for his back to be turned, I will gladly open his safe. I'm not robbing him. I just want the XP. Though now I know he's got a lever-action rifle, I may as well be having that too. Sure, and a stealth boy. That's stealth boy number 3, by the way. There was one in the camp and one in the Chinese guy's room. There's a lot of them floating around. It's very, very much worth gathering them. In fact, we might be needing them momentarily. Though while I'm actually here, workbench means... hang on. Free bottle cap mine. Now, as I was saying, back to the bridge, and then we're entering the swamp. That's where this is all going to go wrong. Like, so flipping wrong, because in Fallout 3, you don't know precisely where enemies are gonna be. They roam, they get lost, they fight each other. It makes the world feel a lot more alive, to my mind. By the way, I'll be having all of this and cracking that open too. Oh, 10 frag mines every time. Any chance there's anything else I could hack open, by the way? Because I will gladly take every last thing not nailed down. Oh, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Back off, back off, back off, back off. This is where everything goes pear-shaped. Scrapper, brawler, and you're armed with a gun. Hunting rifle, which is not as bad as a shotgun. I'm detected. The thing is, these guys are sort of weird. Which is, it's sort of implied that, you know, they actually trade with the various local traders. And they're not always hostile by default. Oh, sometimes they go a bit hostile, man. Oh, I've been completely surrounded. Okay, so I'm about to die. The question is how many of them... Yeah, you see how fast they are. That guy just kind of got on top of me there. I'm going to try and see if I can get some distance between me and them using the river. Oh, there's another one over there. Okay, so this has completely gone wrong. They're going to struggle with swimming, because they always do. So I'm just going to try and go over the river, and they're still whacking me. Look how much damage that did. Oh, the hunting rifle guy. Yeah, they can't swim. They've got no swimming animations. What we're going to do is we're going to use some of those lovely stim packs we just picked up a second ago. I'm going to try and get some distance between... There's another one over there. Oh, that's a dog. Oh, for goodness sake, guys, I'm busy. Okay, with the dogs down, we're into caution. Okay, if we're into caution, I'm going to stealth boy. I'm going to hide. We're just going to flip and move. Okay, I might be able to lose them. Now, there's also going to be somewhere around over here, some smugglers. And they are hostile by default. Yeah, the swamp folk are really interesting. Because they're not just dumb brutes. They lay ambushes for you. On occasion, you'll find areas where they've actually, like, laid out, say, mines and whatnot. So, they do trade as well. They're not just dumb brutes. They're not just raiders. Sadly, you can't interact with them in any meaningful way, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, where am I right now? Where am I right now? I'm moving up in the right direction. As soon as I get to about here, I just need to find, if I can, the crash truck. I'd like to get to the crash truck because there's a very important thing that's completely pointless, but I want to do it anyway. I'll be having your rifle, by the way, and the ammo for it. It's a good gun, damn it. Yeah, keep on keeping on. That means we're close by to the... Yep, there they are. Okay, let's just loop around them. I just want to get to the crash truck. It's emotionally important to me I get there. Here we go. Truck wreckage. Okay. So what we want to do now is nip inside the truck wreckage. Because there's something very, very important in here. By which I mean something completely unimportant, but it's really important to me. That is one giant bulb. Alright? It's completely pointless, but you can repair the lighthouse. It does nothing. There's no reward, no money, no XP, no achievements. All of that is quite frankly a travesty, but it's true. But I want to do it, damn it. Now, next up, we are actually approaching the camp here. But I don't want to go into the camp directly. I want to be going somewhere around here where I've put that marker. The problem is, we are walking into Ghoul Territory. Ghouls are dealt with by shotgun pretty effectively, all things considered, because ghouls have, you know, literally no armor, so shotguns are effective against them. Oh. That's the smugglers. Okay, we've got to be not seen by the smugglers. Alright, that's important. I mean, we could kill them. They're not the toughest enemies. They're way less tough than swamp folk, but... Oh, I hate the swamp. It's really hard to see what's going on. Oh, what was that? What was that in front of me? Glowing one. Dangerous. Pretty bloody dangerous. I'm really close to the fences that mark the edge of this area too. And I don't want to get much closer because there are robots. And I don't want to be taking on robo-brains. That's a nightmare. Okay. I'm going to hope maybe... Oh. I mean, caution from somewhere. Do I want to burn another? Yeah, you know what? I want to... Oh. Too late. Much too late, as it turns out. Okay, who are you? You're the glowing one. How would you feel about being shot at point-blank range by a double shotgun? If I get criticals, might be okay. And that was a critical and still wasn't okay. Okay, I'm going to die now. That's fine. That's a-okay. That's part of the experience, too. And, okay, I think that's just drawn a huge amount of attention over here as well. That's good. Okay, yeah, the smuggler's now firing at me. Could have taken out his legs, I suppose, but we didn't on this occasion. Just take out the... No, we're about to... Ow! Screw you! Okay, glowing ones. Bloody hell. Yeah, they're no joke. They're no flippin' joke, actually. I should definitely have used... Would you guys like to maybe take on each other? Why are you not taking on them? They're trying to kill you too. Oh, they've got... Oh, no. They don't have plasma weaponry. Someone behind me's got plasma weaponry. That's a robot. I'm about to be murdered by... Yeah, by robot. Ow. Okay, so this hasn't worked particularly well today. That's fine.